Do you suspect you have autoimmune disease but not getting diagnosed or properly treated? In this video, you'll discover how autoimmune diseases progress through 3 stages that are often missed by doctors. By understanding the stages of autoimmunity, you'll understand why your symptoms may be dismissed by your doctors, and it's not all in your head. And more importantly, there's hope that you can finally get answers. I'm Dr. Peter Kahn, board-certified chiropractic neurologist and certified in functional medicine. Let me show you how to master your health. So how does autoimmune develop? Well, it develops in stages. So here we have stage 1 autoimmune. Stage 1 autoimmune is also called silent autoimmune. Why is it silent? Because in stage 1, you may have antibodies to self-tissue present. We can actually run tests to see if you have any antibody to self-tissue even before you have symptoms. Research shows that these antibodies to self-tissue, if they're present, they're called predictive antibodies, meaning if you have antibody present that within a few years, depends on what tissue, different type of autoimmune disease have different timelines, can be between 5 to 7 to 10 years before you actually develop a full-on autoimmune disease. So stage 1 is silent because you don't have any symptoms and you don't have any diagnosis. You just have antibodies present, but you don't know to go get tested. So you just walk around with these antibodies, and then you're just building up stress, building up toxins, building up blood sugar issues that can lead to stage 2. Stage 2 is called autoimmune reactivity. Autoimmune reactivity means now you have not only antibodies, you also have symptoms now. Now you start to feel bad. Now you start to feel the effect of neuroinflammation. You feel depressed, you feel lethargic, no energy, you feel lack of motivation, you have fatigue because you may already have some degree of autoimmune reaction to your brain. But yet, you don't have a diagnosis yet because to get a diagnosis, you have to have full-on disease, which means that you have to have tissue destruction. So literally, they have to see tissue destruction on X-ray or MRI before they'll call diagnosis of some kind of disease. But by then, it's way too late. That's stage 3. Stage 3 is when you get a diagnosis. But let me ask you this. Is the day that you get the diagnosis the day your disease started? It may have started years ago with silent autoimmunity that gradually developed into autoimmune reactivity that finally gets diagnosed with autoimmune disease. The average person with an autoimmune disease takes about 7 to 10 years before they get diagnosed. So what do you do in that 7 to 10 years where you could have been doing something proactive to bring this back down, right? So the goal is to bring this down, right? Because when you have autoimmune diagnosis, it's too late. Now we're talking pharma management, drug therapy. And these drugs are no joke. They're very powerful drugs, powerful immunosuppressants that suppress the whole immune system. When you suppress it, then your immune system just doesn't do anything, doesn't attack your own tissue, but also cannot fight infections. So that's not something that everybody qualify for. For example, people with Hashimoto thyroiditis, they don't give people with Hashimoto's immune suppressant drugs because the side effects are so strong, it's not worth it. So we want to be as proactive and early on this as possible. So during stage 2, that'd be a great time to even start managing this. But usually during stage 2, you're already having flare-ups. So we're doing a lot of flare-up management. Okay, and then in this stage, we may be able to use nutrition and lifestyle change to help manage the flare-up and educate you on what it really means to have autoimmune and what are the things you need to do to get better. Ultimately, though, the goal is to manage it way early by building a foundation by using the neurometabolic roadmap. The neurometabolic roadmap is a step-by-step process that I use to help people to address the first things first, the second thing second, the third thing first. Because a lot of people are jumping around, doing everything all at the same time. And this not only make the protocol very inefficient, way cost prohibitive. You were spending too much money and not getting results. But worst of all, is that you can make yourself worse. You can easily cause autoimmune flare-ups if you're doing things in the wrong order. You're detoxing too early, or you're trying to kill an infection, but then your body's too fragile to be able to handle that because you have some other foundational issues like blood sugar issues or hypoxia. So using a roadmap will be very important to help you to address autoimmune, but stress is a major factor here, and it all starts with perception and interpretation. So we can all work on our mindset. But beyond the mindset though, once this thing gets cranked up, we have to address different steps for different people. Some people need a lot of intervention here at the HPA axis. Some people need a lot of help with decreasing pathogen load. Some people need a lot of help balancing Th1 and Th2 immune system. Some people need help clearing the debris field. Some people need help with leaky gut. Some people need help with the vagus nerve. Some people need help to reduce histamine levels or to dampen brain inflammation. And every one of these require different type of intervention. And this is where a clinically proven roadmap can really help you. Now you know the 3 stages of progression for autoimmune disease and why you may not be getting a diagnosis or label until the last stage. You now can start to ask better questions about root causes and start taking actions to help you address autoimmune in the early stages and put it into remission. Please let me know in the comments what is the one thing that you learned that you didn't know before. Now if you found value in this video, please smash that like button and consider sharing it with those who need to hear this message. Please subscribe to my channel to get more tips to master your health. I really appreciate your support. God bless and see you in the next video.